Hey, what's up my fellow Twisters? Welcome back to another episode of our Let's Build series, where we are building a redstone base on Mars. We have built a lot of amazing things in this series, and today we're going to be doing something totally different from what we have been doing before. Now, I want to explain to you guys one of the biggest downsides to doing a Let's Build. Mainly, it is getting a really great idea and then starting that idea and having to show you guys every single detail about it. Now, our redstone bridge with the airlock was a really cool idea, but we spent about 2 to 3 episodes on that, and unfortunately that has to be the case because it takes a really long time to do that redstone. So what I'm going to do from now on is to start our big projects. Say for instance our house in the middle, we'll just build up our house, show you guys all the fun details, and then I will do all of the boring details on my own. So say for instance I was building up the bathroom. I mean, if you guys want to see a Let's Build about a base on Mars, you don't want to see me building a bathroom. That is so boring. I mean, I don't know, you guys might have a different opinion. You should definitely tell me in the comment section down below, but I do plan on just cutting all of that boring stuff out, because in this episode we are going to be building a rocket ship. A lot of you have requested this and I just want to get straight into it. Build a rocket ship on a launch pad and then build it super big. That way we can have a lot of fun with it. And of course you guys told me to add in some stuff on the inside, but that yet again is detailing, and I will do it on my own time, and I'll come back and I'll show you guys in a different episode. But don't worry, you guys will still see the outcome, just not the process itself. Now that might be upsetting to some of you, but I just want to get to the big projects, guys. I mean, this is taking way too long. I've only built like 4 of these bridges. I still haven't even finished some of these bridges. They're like so much work just to do that. It's absolutely crazy. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and find a nice spot to put our launch pad, and then once I do that, I'll outline the area, come back, and I'll show you guys what I did. Alright, so I decided to make my launch pad right on this side, adjacent to my lovely potato farm, and I did not actually count the blocks. I just used World Edit, so if you guys want to rebuild that, you might have to download the map. But anyways, now I'm going to just outline a nice pattern on this clay and possibly make it look good, and then we can start building up our rocket ship on top of that. Now, before we get into that, guys, I do want to remind you, if you could take 1 second to smack the like button, I would definitely appreciate it. I didn't really get time to ask you guys to do that because the intro was pretty long, but yet again, I super appreciate it, guys. It means so much to me, and it gives me a lot of motivation to make these videos. And also, if you guys could go down to the comment section down below, while you're suggesting your ideas, type hashtag Team Twiistz to remind everyone that we are a team together. Alright, so anyways, let's get into this. So that is the launch pad. As you can see, we have our redstone lights directly at the center. If you guys were wondering, yes, I did add in redstone. We add redstone to everything. Redstone, redstone, redstone. Alright, anyways, guys, now what we need to do is add in a cylinder, and from that cylinder, we can have a reference to build our rocket ship. Alright, so what I'm going to do is basically stand right over here just above the ground and try to be as center as possible, and then we can add in this command using World Edit, which is a hollow cylinder. We're going to make that out of iron blocks with a radius of 3 and a height of 35. I'm going to put a height of 35. Let's see how tall this is, and oh my god! That is huge! Oh my gosh, this is going to be a gigantic rocket ship. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is, of course, make a circular nose for it to penetrate the atmosphere once it's leaving. So I'm just going to quickly do that, and I'll be right back and I'll show you guys, because, I mean, it's pretty simple. So here's the very top of the rocket ship. It is how you guys would have expected it to be. Now let's just build up a couple blocks over here using some fence gates. This is going to be the point of the rocket ship. I know this is kind of impractical and might burn up in the atmosphere, but we're going to add in a flag, and this flag is going to be waving just like this. Very simple stuff. And yeah, now we could go ahead and name this rocket ship. I don't know what to name this, guys. It looks like a tower at the moment, but leave a comment down below, suggest a name for the rocket ship, and I'll put your name for the comment and the name of the rocket ship on a sign. And yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and start building up the bottom. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I think it will be a mixture of glass, iron bars, and anvils. Now, I'll have to figure out a pattern for that, but I'll show you guys what I did after I do it. So guys, I want to add in as much detail to the structure as possible, and to do that, I'm going to add in the 2 gigantic orange cylinders to the back, which is going to be the fuel tanks. And to do this, I'm just going to try to line this up properly, and hopefully we get this right. Alright, so right over here, spawn that down, and I don't think we did it correctly. Alright, let's go ahead and just undo that, and this is going to take quite some time, but hopefully it pays off. Alright, so there we go, we have our 2 gigantic orange cylinders. It looks kind of funny right now, but trust me guys, it's going to come together and it's going to look amazing. So now I want to add in some wings to our spacecraft, and I just guessed on where I wanted to put those. As you can see, that's just a starting point for reference, and I'm going to build this out of a different block. That way we could world edit it and change it in the future. So I'm just going to make this out of wood planks at the moment, and possibly build this out by 4, just like that. Maybe 5, 6. I think that's okay. 6, maybe 7, 8. And then we could go ahead and start building this down by 2 blocks. So let's just go ahead and count down 7 on this side. And then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, basically until it gets to the end. And that's pretty much what it's going to be. So it looks like the wingspan of 10 by 10 is the best option. And it looks absolutely fantastic. So now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. And then we could get started by building up some other features of this rocket ship. Now I changed the wings on the sides to iron blocks. So what we're going to do is go ahead and grab ourselves a black stained clay, or possibly just a block of coal, and make the wingtips out of these black blocks. Now this is going to give it a bit of character and not make it so flat of a color, of course, since it's only made of iron blocks so far. But yeah, this is basically what I'm going to do. Replace those tips with our black blocks, and then replace this line of blocks down here, and then possibly replace this entire top area that we built in the beginning. That way it has the signature black top as it should. Okay, so that looks a bit weird, but now let's add in some more details. Now I'm going to add in a gigantic window right here at the top. It is, I guess, 2 blocks away from the snout of the rocket, and this is going to be a place for our pilots to look out. It's going to be black stained glass, because of course we need some sun protection from that, deadly sun, of course, since you're in outer space. And maybe we could extend this by 2 blocks on this side and then 2 blocks on that side to make it look a bit better. And yes, that looks glorious. Of course, when we add in like a cockpit inside, it will look a bit better. But now I want to add in maybe some numbers to the wings. And to do this, I would just, add in some colored wool just like that. And maybe add in a 2. Can we fit a 2 in here? I don't think so. Maybe if we could add in the 1 on this side and then add in the 2 on this side, we could possibly do that. All right, there we go. That is a C. Never mind. Alright, so now we have 1 C. As long as it's decorative, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just doing that to add a bit of character into the wing. As you guys know, there is insignias all over the actual spaceships. So I added in a flag to the right wing, and that's going to be a brand new flag, and I'm going to call it the Team Twiistz flag. Alright, so let's see what other decorations can we add into this spaceship. Okay, so we changed the design a bit. As you can see, I added in the top sections of our fuel tanks. The fuel tanks are now higher than the flag itself, as well as I added in these temporary clamps on this side. We're going to add in more detailed clamps, but that's just for reference in the future. And I know I need to stop shaking it, but I will try to remember that. But anyways, guys, at the back, of course, we do need to add in a tail. I will start building a tail for the plane because, of course, this is not the same as a straight-up rocket. This will be kind of standing on a platform, like a station that's right next to this area. So we'll build that after, but you guys get the idea. This will be off of the floor as well. And this will basically be a tail. So now I have to go try to form this thing into a tail without it looking weird or anything. Okay, so I think that looks kind of okay. At the bottom, it does look a bit weird, and the tail itself is 6 blocks out, and then we take steps of 2 instead of steps of 1. So that's basically the main difference there. And I know it's looks kind of bad at the moment, but there is still a lot of detail that needs to go into this. I mean, I really don't know what to do from here because I need to go look at some reference pictures and practice on my own. So we're going to move on to a different part of the video and a different part of the map, and then we'll get back to that in another series once I have everything laid out. So yeah, we just started a brand new project, and yet again I will work on the details offline, and then I'll show you guys what I did when I come back and all that stuff, and I'll show you guys how to do the most important bits, of course, on video. Now I'm going to show you guys something over here in the potato farm. I know we went from epic spaceship to potato farm, but I'm going to show you guys what I did for the redstone. I know I was saying I would add in like a redstone layer underneath the ground, but I found it way easier to just add in dispensers with water, and in the middle we have a button right over here which is basically going to activate those water dispensers, and boom, there we go. This one for some reason didn't activate, but you guys get the idea. And then we basically hit that button again and it goes away. So yeah, that is basically that. We have a button on this side which is going to turn on the lighting for the entire potato farm area. It does give a pretty decent set of lighting. As you can see, this is basically that all the way around. And I do have something else over here that I do want to show you guys. So I admit I spend way too much time on the redstone bridge, but I did make a few minor adjustments, and this is how it looks. And this is how the original side looks. Alright, so I'm going to activate it to show you the difference in the two systems, and you guys can tell me which one is the best and which one I should keep. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. As you can see, I did add in some dispensers to the left hand side, but let's activate the system and see what happens. So basically, our walls pop up from the ground on the left hand side. We do have these arrow dispensers going off. Some of these are empty, and that's why they're not going off, but that's pretty much how it works. On the right hand side, we have the walls coming up, and on the left hand side, we have the walls coming up. Now, the main problem with this is that I built a decoration that blocks up this entire area, so that makes this completely useless. So I'm thinking whether or not I should keep the left side or the right side, but if I keep the left side, all of this work that we did before using the sticky pistons is useless. So I'm thinking I should probably keep the right side, but the left side took me so long to build, so I don't know, you guys can tell me in the comment section down below. I would definitely appreciate it. Now the last thing we're going to take a look at here is this underground area. I did build up the elevator all the way to the top, and I just realized that this is the worst elevator you could ever build because you fall off of it so much and there's no way to get back down. The only way is to add maybe a slime block right over here and you can land on it. But as you can see, if I go ahead and click on this button, it barely even moves us. I mean, it does have its faults, and it does work quite well when it actually does work. But I'm really disappointed, guys. I spent so long building this. As you can see, I'm going all the way to the top, and am I going to make it? Oh my god, I made it! First time ever! Oh my gosh, I'm actually really surprised. But yeah, that is like a 1 in like 20 chance of me actually using it properly and getting to the top. But, you know, at least it works, and at least I got it on film. Because some of you might say, oh, this thing doesn't even work. So anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up today's episode of our Let's Build series. If you enjoyed it, please take 1 second to smack the like button. I am about to lose my voice any second now. So yet again, if you guys do have any suggestions for the next episode, leave it in the comment section down below, as well as suggest a name for the rocket ship and for all that other stuff. This was Twiistz, and I'll see you guys next time.